So this is the episode of everybody inserting theirself in everybody else's motherfucking business, I guess, is what this was all about. Let's talk about this bullshit. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. This Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 7, Episode 13, the I'm going to insert myself in somebody else's motherfucking business episode. Okay, but I'm going to start off right here. Cardi and Hennessy. They're in their last day down in Mexico. And Cardi pulled Hennessy to the side to talk to her a little bit, just a big sister talk about what her goals were as far as her career. And all that. She's telling her, you done been in school, bitch, and all of this. What are you getting ready to do? Don't graduate from school and think that you're just going to sit around and don't do anything. And she put it in a nice way. You need to make us proud of you, which means, bitch, you need to make your own money because you're not going to live off of mine. So you need to be having a plan about what you're going to do. Hennessy told her, don't worry about me. I got it all planned out. She told her what it was. She seemed like she got her head on straight. Good to go. Go ahead, Hennessy, with that name, girl, but you go ahead on. So everything with them is cool. Then we got Juju and Yandy. They actually, Yandy has been trying to get in touch with Juju all night. Juju has been ignoring the fuck out of her because she's upset at Yandy. She finally lets her in. I don't know where in the fuck Juju got that goddamn wig at. That shit is too thick. This is like the worst thing I've seen Juju in. It is thick. I mean, that part, girl, no ma'am. I'm sorry, Juju. That just don't work. It was very, shit. It was very Dream Girls. Because when she went to get the door, I was like, never met a man. I said it was so, I mean, real thick, like real thick. That's the first thing I thought of was Dream Girls or the Supremes or some shit. It was, that wig was horrible. I hated it. But anyway, long story short, they got in there. Juju still is denying that what she wrote in the book was about Yandy. I don't give a fuck what Juju says. I believe that what she wrote was the fuck about Yandy. It is what it is because your defensiveness, if nothing else, told the story. And it is what it is. If that's what you did, you need to talk to your friend and move forward. When I wrote my book, I wrote about people and I had some people were upset, but again, I only told truth. Mine was a memoir. And the thing is, I had one friend that actually felt some kind of way about what I wrote. She came to me and said, I want to sit down and talk to you. I told her at that time, I don't think you do. I don't think you do because I ain't going to retract nothing that I wrote because all I wrote was the truth. But naturally, what had happened was something she wasn't very proud of, and she felt as though people would know right away that it was her. And when we worked through it, it was what it was. I mean, it was what it was. It was one of those situations I wasn't willing to remove it, and if you felt that way about it, you probably shouldn't have did it. But we made it past it, and it was what it was. But Juju and Yandy didn't even come to any type of agreement like that. Juju just, no, it ain't you, it ain't you, it ain't you. And I believe it was. I really do. I'm sorry, but I do. Whatever. Yandy just swept it under the rug and went on over. I promise you, they'll revisit it again. And their little friendship. They'll revisit it again, but I hope she doesn't revisit it with that wig on, honey. Anyway, mess. So they squashed it and they're good to go. Next, we actually see Rich, Ashley, and Jewel, Rich's mom. And Ashley's actually, it's almost time for her to go. Her summer's over. She's going to go back home. She done set up a blind date for Rich because she's sick of the type of women that he's trying to be dating and carrying on. And as we get through the program later on and it gets to the little blind date, child, wouldn't you know who the motherfucking date was with? Miracle. She tried to put her dad and her mom back together. I said, "Oh, bless your little heart, honey. Your mother knows better than to fool with your daddy, honey." And I had to laugh. And sure enough, Rich sat in there. Of course, Rich tried to give it a chance. He said, Miracle is single. I might as well give it a chance. Then had nerve to tell her at the end of the little date. Well, I did rent a hotel room around the corner. She just bust out laughing at that motherfucker. Bust out laughing. I said, "Girl, I know that's the fuck right. I'm messed. God damn it. Girl, your parents is broke up for a reason. Leave them broke up, child." Shortly after we go through all of that little stuff, we run into a little scene. It was actually cute where you seen Jules finishing up cleaning up, and he had the place, their house was spotless, absolutely spotless. He had sent the kids away, and he basically sat and talked to Kimbella about appreciation and letting her know that he appreciated all of what she does after being gone for that week and him dealing with the children, that he sees how difficult her role is that she actually plays, and let her know that he'll be spending more time and making more time to actually come upstairs and deal with her and the children. And then, of course, they were gossiping a little bit, and she was filling him in on some of the stuff with Yandy and like how Yandy brought Bianca and that kind of thing. And she kind of tried to go into that. I asked her about, what you're doing stuff, but she didn't go too deep with it. She left it alone, child. And I think they kind of just moved on to like, "Grind, put this up in you in a week, honey. So let's get to it and fuck all that other shit you talking about." So I just kind of laughed at them in that little situation. Okay, now the next little meeting here. Erica, Samantha, and Kim. This was all a mess right here. And a lot of this came into play. That Samantha is a miserable, jealous, envious bitch. She really is. And Kim, you petty. She's one of the pettiest dykes that I've ever met. Like, seriously, generally, dykes of that nature kind of stay out of drama because they're more like men and they don't really get into all that, rigmarole. But Kim, you're a bitchy dyke. Seriously. There's this whole thing. Samantha and Kim went up to see Mendices. Mendices had Kim blocked, so Kim couldn't come in. So she had to sit her motherfucking hard tongue ass out in the car for 2 hours. And little Mendices was able to go in and visit. She had to sit in the car. So finds out that Erica is blocked as well. She can't come to see Mendices. Mendices has never even seen one of her children in person. And basically still said, "I don't know her. I ain't got nothing with her. I ain't never dated her. Like, I fucked her and it is what it is." He's still denying her. Okay? So I'm like, this is all crazy. So then there was a whole situation of displaced anger. Samantha at this point was pissed off with Mendices, okay, about her mammy having to sit her ass in that car and not being able, by him showing that he has control over the situation, even in jail, he has control over the situation with her and her mammy, and she hates it. She hates it. She's mad at Mendices, but you can't win with Mendices. So she goes to fucks with Yandy. She gonna renege now on the whole putting the party together thing together with Yandy. Really, bitch? And I'm sitting looking at this and I'm saying, no, Yandy's not always right for all the things she does. And yes, she does do a bit much. But this displaced, I don't have no patience for a motherfucker with some displaced anger. Trust me, I can tell you stories about displaced anger and how people will misuse one person because they're mad at somebody else. And I'll tell you those stories one day, not today. I'm not going to get on the soapbox and do it. This is a whole other conversation. But trust me, I can bend your eardrum so motherfucking deep about that and how irritating that shit is. But this is what I see from Samantha. You're pissed off with motherfucking Mendices. So now you're going to take it out on Yandy. So then she goes, and then I'm listening to her. Did y'all clock this? How many times did she mention the fact that Yandy was in Mexico? Why are you so bent out of shape about Yandy going to Mexico, bitch? Yandy work every motherfucking day. She works every day, bitch, and ain't nobody giving Yandy nothing. Yandy works for what it is she has, and then she has all Bandici shit too. So that's what the problem is? You're mad because your lifestyle doesn't match that of Yandy's. Neither the fuck does your skill set, bitch. Your skill set doesn't match Yandy's. So there would be no reason that you'd ever be able to do the things that Yandy does. Sit your motherfucking ass down, Samantha. Bitch, you're a nobody, okay? Sit down. You're a baby's mama. And that's it. Bitch, take what you can get and sit down. Stop trying to compete. You don't compete where you don't compare. Do you understand? Sit down. And Kim, get next to her. And you sit your motherfucking hard leg ass down. Both of you, get a seat in the fuck section here. It's ridiculous. Later on, they run into it. Samantha sits down with Yandy. She wants to call Yandy a couple bitches and things, telling her, I tried to call you, and this, that, and the other. Yandy's like, you ain't called me. Everybody got a cell phone. Everybody on their cell phone got motherfucking voicemail. Everybody got caller ID. Everybody got text messages, bitch. Even when she's in Mexico, if you had texted her, bitch, she would have seen it. You didn't text her. You were being mean and nasty with that bullshit, and you reneged because you was mad at Mendices. Just admit it, tramp. So anyway, Yandy had gotten done talking, was getting sick of her. She's sitting there talking to her. Yandy was like, you know what? Are you done? She's like, are you done? And she's like, fuck her, child. Yandy got up and went to march up out of there. She paid Samantha complete and utter fucking dust. And I think she got on my page. We're like, girl, fuck it. It is what it is. Here, she thought Mendici's party had already happened. Because the birthday had already went by, but the party was coming up. She wanted her to beg and grovel and all that. Yandy was like, whatever. She walked off. Yandy didn't even go to the motherfucking party. She said, fuck it. She didn't even show the fuck up. She only mentioned it one more time when she was talking to her girlfriend. She's talking to Kimbella about the situation and how ridiculous it was. But she went the fuck on, which is what I said a long time ago. Yes, you may love Little Mendices, but Little Mendices belongs to someone else. You got two of your own. Tell that bitch to French kiss your ass on the motherfucking pink part. Take your kids and fucking move on, and tell Erica to do the same with her motherfucking kids. That's how you handle that. Because Mendices and his other kids could go straight to hell. You hear? I wouldn't be dealing with that bullshit. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't do it. Anyway, so later on at the party, when they're having a party, Kimbella inserts herself into the bullshit. I'm like, what is this? Like, it makes sense. There's this whole commotion outside. It's Kimbella. She's snapping out outside. Because she's like, I go to the party every year. I went to Lil Mendice's party. So Yandy didn't invite me or tell me to come. I just came. Because it's ridiculous. And she's steady arguing Yandy's point. Yandy don't even know she's there. Kimbella insert herself in somebody else's shit. Child, that Kim, all of a sudden, now you was having such heart problems earlier in the season. Now you talking about you going to go out there and punch Kimbella in the face. Samantha told her, go out there and punch her in her face. Go punch her right in her face. And and that was the part that killed me when Yandy, did y'all catch this? When Yandy was having to sit down with Samantha, Samantha's whole argument with Yandy was she wants Yandy to get along with Erica. She wants Yandy to bow down to Erica. You have such a problem with her. Fuck her. Why are you here arguing her point? Ridiculous. But Kim got real big and bad, honey. Jumped her leather tongue ass up and was going up to me. She gonna jump on Kimbella. I'm gonna do her like Chrissy did her. Really? Was that necessary? Was that necessary? I said, y'all let her go on out there. I hope Kimbella punch her in her fucking chest, bitch. I'm mad. She wanted to fight. That was a whole mess. But Kimbella, if she would have dragged you, I can't even say that I would have felt bad for you because you ain't had no business down there. Insert yourself into that. That ain't your motherfucking husband. If it ain't about Jules' dick, you ain't got no business in it because Vin Diesel's dick ain't got nothing to do with shit. Not nothing. Not nothing. Okay. Last thing. Talking about some stupid motherfucker. Well, no. Two more things. Fat Joe and Remy met up, and that was cool. Joe and Remy sat down. Remy talked to him about what's going on coming up. It's work versus her personal life. And she was all nervous about it, thinking Joe's gonna be like, no, Remy, we need to make this money. So Joe was right on the same page where he's like, we're gonna do this work. Then you want to go ahead and you need to take time off so you can try to have a baby with whatever difficulties that you may encounter trying to have the baby a different kind of way. He was dead on board with it, and I thought it was a beautiful thing. It really was. She's nervous for nothing. He is her friend. He's not just her business partner. He is her friend. And he understood. He said that. He said, I've grown a lot. He said, back a few years ago, I wouldn't even been trying to hear what she was saying. You know what I mean? All I know about is making this money. But he's her friend. And that was actually good to see. Okay, so let's talk about the next stupid motherfuckers. Amina, Tara, Peter. And more so Amina. Amina, you dumb ass motherfucking bitch. You still want Peter. She just put it right out. She's just stupid. She still wants Peter. Peter literally basically sat there and told Amina he didn't want her and he wants a divorce. Long story short, I ain't going through it like I had to sit through the bullshit. He basically let her know he did not want her. That bitch was trying to grovel on the slide. He let her know, I don't want you. I want my kids to live in New York close to me, but I really don't want you. And she's like, I can't do it, because I still want you. So if I'm going to be close, it ain't going to be, we going to fuck if I'm going to be here. So I need to stay in Los Angeles. Well, you might as well get back on the plane because I don't want you, bitch. And made it very evident that he wants Tara. And then Tara came. They showed up. They had this whole big old thing. Child, it was a mess. It was a mess. I said, Amina, God, you look so stupid. You look so stupid for this. So stupid. But yeah, Amina still wants Peter. Peter do not want Amina. I think Peter actually does look at Amina as a huge mistake. A huge mistake. I don't think he regrets the children, but I think he sees his time spent with her as a huge mistake. Sad. Very sad. And Tara, she's not basking in it, but I get a feeling by the time we get to the reunion, she's going to be basically sitting in it, giving bitch I've won, because that's just Tara. That's her demeanor. That's how she get down. So that's going to be interesting. That's it. That's all I got, y'all. Anything I forgot, leave it down there in the comments, and I'll see y'all next week. All right, guys. Later.